all of our local employees, Turkish citizens, are citizens of the Republic. And as such, we expect them to follow Turkish law and to interact with Turkish law enforcement when they're asked to do so, or respond to summonses or those kinds of things. And we'll continue to do that. We are not preventing any of our local staff from appearing before law enforcement officials if they're asked to do so. With respect to the ostensible charges, or the actual charges and the ostensible evidence against Mr. Topuz or other employees of the consulate or the embassy, it's very difficult for me to comment on it because, again, there's been no official communication from the Turkish government regarding these matters or the ostensible evidence. So in the absence of that, we are left to conclude that they are being held as a result of their work over many years on behalf of the U.S. government, which involved a lot of interaction with Turkish law enforcement officials and other officials of the Turkish government. Mr. Topuz, as an employee of the Drug Enforcement Agency, was responsible for working very closely with Turkish law enforcement officials to help them deal with organized crime networks and drug trafficking networks in Turkey. That cooperation over a number of years yielded some important prosecutions that put Turkish drug traffickers behind bars and took a lot of illegal narcotics off the streets in Turkey. At the time, that seemed to be acknowledged by Turkish authorities as a good thing. We're not aware of any other contacts that Mr. Topuz may have had that exceeded the parameters of his duties. And if there's concrete evidence to that effect, we'd welcome that so we could determine whether he was engaged in things he shouldn't have been doing. As any employer would be interested in learning that information about an employee.
So, with respect to our first question, is NMC in one of the U.S. missions right now?
I'm sorry?
Since we are not naming the second person, NMC, as far as I do remember the capitals.
Yes, he is still hiding at the Istanbul Consulate General.
So no one's hiding at any of our facilities. And to the best of our knowledge, there are not any outstanding requests from Turkish law enforcement officials for any of our local staff to come in and talk to them or to appear for detention or anything of that nature. I think we're gonna take a break here, Yusuf, just a minute.
Arkadaşlar teşekkür ederiz.